Dumelang kaofela and welcome to another great and exciting episode of GMTV. Of course, I'm your host with the most, Gogo Moyo. Today we're going to be looking at we're going to be catching up on all the great stuff that we have put out and you have appreciated the most. So this is a montage of a series of videos that have come out tops, ranking according to how you guys have received them. So enjoy what you're about to see, but most importantly, I'd like to put you on another great and exciting competition that we have got going on for you. Keep tuned to the channel so you can see the latest competition we have. As you remember, we had Kwena and Ayanda who got to enjoy the previous competition and they were quite excited about their winnings. This time, here's another opportunity for you to be like them. Ningaputhelo. Guess who's back? Yo! We influence our environments, including the tools that we use. So anytime you are about to start anything, please check in with yourself. Reflect and see what is the status of your being, of your energy, and of your spirit. Because with candles, they are very much reflective of who you are and the state in which you are. Don't be surprised at the reaction of your candle. It will always speak to how you were when you started and initiating, trying to transcend and speak to your guides. You know, the beauty in all of this is that you are already equipped. You got the idea, you've got the smarts, you've got the time now to actually work on it. And you always want to start by adding more challenges whenever you start. I never get the concept. Because even if you come up with an idea, right now I want to start a new channel and I want to present it in a certain tone. I've got things already, but I feel I want it to look a particular way. Not realizing that I already have all the things I need. Use what you have. Don't put yourself into debt if it's avoidable. But don't find any more excuses of not achieving or starting. You're going to miss the conversation that's already existing within you. You'll wait for other people to keep affirming you, and they won't get the basic and generic conversation that's going on inside of you. No matter how well you can articulate yourself, you'll struggle to share this one concept. But it doesn't mean if other people aren't there to hype you up, that it's not worth starting. Hype up yourself. You're worth it. There are also some gobelas that are not ready. Some trainers aren't ready. As much as sometimes we may ask, Litwasa, are you ready? Sometimes we feel like we want the accolade, but not quite the job. Because you gotta wake up so early, gotta sleep so late, long hours and dumbeni. You have to be dealing with this highly sensitive being in front of you. And the important part, you have to solve all their problems. Whether it's whatever it is, any single pain, any single dream, you're supposed to know how to deal with it, like by virtue of you having that title, or by virtue of having a trainee come to your home. That's not possible. The more you do something, the better you get at it. It's the attitude we apply, it's the mindsets that we hold, and it's the energies that we put into the things that we say we love. As a combination of all of those, as a Gobela, I should be able to provide you with 100% of your independence for you to run in your practice on a day-to-day basis and not feel overwhelmed. Unless if the scenario is new. That's different. But I should never make you feel like you always have to be holding on to me, because I've shortened my hand in giving you. Because I always want you to say, Baba, help, Baba, please, Baba, I need. I should, with such carefree nature, send you into the world proudly, because I know I've replicated myself, and best of things is they're better. I'd like to talk about the relationships we keep with izangoma zethu, our light healers, our prophets, people we hold near and dear to our hearts. Do you ever stop to actually go back and thank them? Because firstly, by the time you go to them, everything is a mess, in disarray. You are very hopeful that this person, if anything, you say, you better fix this. Isn't that the attitude? So once your things come right and everything has a stillness to it and the energies are restored, make it a point to go out of your way to go back and say thank you. Not everything needs to be accompanied with a gift, but I swear, a simple thank you goes a long way, because you also don't know the challenges that that person had to go through to help you along your journey. As Usangoma, I won't always tell you about the dangers of the things that I go through just to bring your family into a good space. But I know, because I've been taught, I have been initiated to know how to handle the situation. So I know what I need to know. So I don't have to make it known to you just for you to get to the extent of what I had to go through. Always understand that for you to go forward, you have to look back. So for you to understand and appreciate the steps and the leaps that you've taken in bounds, there's someone who thought it important to give you the best quality, to care about your well-being, to make sure that you don't waste your time. And when they didn't know, they said they didn't know. That does not show weakness. If anything, it's a respectable quality, because this person could have sent you on a wild goose chase, eventually sucking you dry of your last pennies. But it takes a person who has values and morals to let you know that mntana sekhaya la kulangiphelela khona, kungcono ngokudlulisela kumntana wethu wasemadlozini naye angakwazi ukuthi akusize. It's great for you to be reflective. Let the people around you be able to teach you about you, as much as you're openly there to teach them about themselves. Our mind is important. That's where everything stems from, including all the way down to if we're nyanga and you have abantwana bamadlozi come to you and ask you for ukuhlakanipha nokukhula. If you are not in the right frame of mind, it's going to show. If I can share something, when I had my first group of children, I don't even think they know this about me. They have maybe their version of how I was towards them. But I was very afraid. I was very insecure, because my whole entire life, I had learned how to be isangoma, someone who would read the bones and divine, come up with solutions, put people through insebenzo, and work on the particular problem. I never actually thought one day I would have to be the one who's the teacher and who has to now share my information and my learnings with them. So I didn't realize that I was projecting towards them my fears of maybe feeling inadequate or not being able to always have the answers. And you know how we are, Mastwasa. We have an answer for everything. A why, a how, a why is it important? We have all those questions. Sometimes we don't realize that the questions are not meant to go to abokobela wetu. We don't know that. But they're going to come as we go through the lessons and we go through the processes of Uktwasa. So I also didn't realize that I was perhaps projecting a certain energy towards them. Until it ended and everyone went back home. Everybody bekathola ubukhosi babo. And then now I got a chance to reflect. For instance, have you noticed that khona abo Gogo, abo izangoma, perhaps abo Gobela, who have said that they have had so many children abakhulisile, but every time banomsebenzi amadlozi, they don't show up? What is the reason behind that? Is it because of how we treat our children while they are being taught by us? That they never actually feel that it's important to come when we actually need them to help them raise other children or see how we're actually doing it? Because they're no longer the subject, but they actually get to bear witness in terms of the processes. We don't realize how we affect other people. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm an evil person or I'm unkind. It just means that I'm not stopping enough times to self-reflect, to take stock and see, how are my decisions affecting the next person? How are my decisions affecting the learning processes that we're trying to create? This is important, and so is meditation. Be able to stop and reflect. When something happens to you, it's important for you to come back and ask and reflect and see exactly how you're influencing the situation. That's how we all grow. It's okay. It's embarrassing once in a while, but eventually it grows character, and you also get to see why you've been appointed for the role that you've been appointed for, because it's actually bigger and a lot more bigger than ourselves, and ourselves are essentially ego. And abantu, as abantu basemazanga abantu, we're not allowed to have an ego. We're servants. We're people who are sent to come add light and bring solutions. There's no space for ego here. And that's why today, I don't mind sharing such stories about myself and my learnings, because if I don't, then I don't get to learn from my experiences. Wasn't that exciting? I have dropped a few gems. You have put me on in so many series and so many platforms. I appreciate the fact that you keep coming back for more. Thank you so much for making GMTV what it is. I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today without your participation and for your viewership. For all those guys that like to download the videos, I'm hoping that you guys get to send it to places that I can't necessarily go reach myself. For those who've been watching the ads, I sincerely appreciate you. They make a difference to the bottom line of the channel, and they make it more possible for us to research more and to really go deep into the belly of the jungle, looking for more and exciting, cool topics for us to really venture into. If there's things that I have not touched on that you feel like would be great for your growth and your spiritual journey, please let me know. I'm all for learning about new things myself. And thank you again for tuning in to another great and exciting episode of GMTV. Thokozani.